What a lovely pole. Look at that. Homemade, on the boat, less than £250 for our new whisker pole. Want to see how we did it? You'll have to watch the video. Jacob is running us round in the car because we've come to here to buy aluminium tube for my spinnaker pole, and you wouldn't think it was an aluminium wholesalers, but there we are. So yeah, they're going to come around on Friday and deliver 6 metre length to the boat, and it was 840 lira, which is a pretty good price. Once again I started doing the job and in my haste forgot to pick up the camera, so we're a little bit behind, but you'll catch up. Let's show you what we've got out on deck. And of course it's at this point that the microphone on the Panasonic 4K decided it's going to go all wobbly. So basically what I'm pointing out to you is that there's 2 pieces of tube. The first is a 6 metre length of Dural tube, which is 50mm OD and about 45 ID. And the second is a piece of carbon fibre, which I'm hoping to use for a future project. Right, next part of the story. You remember when we went back to the UK, I bought some bits. Now I am recovered, or recovering. Madam will now display what it is. These are our whisker pole ends, and I have 2 of those, and they are designed to fit inside that tube. Unfortunately, the size of tube available here, drawn or extruded tube here, is imperial, and those are metric. So what have we got to do? Let's have a look. Well, and again, as I turned the camera around, the mic decided to disconnect itself. So I used some basic maths, a bit of pi and some measurements, and worked out that I needed some 1mm aluminium to roll into some shims, which I could cut and then put down the inside of the tube between that and the ends. So I promptly did so, using some scrap that we had on board, in order to make it soft enough to beat it into the right shape for the shims. I annealed it. Now, to anneal aluminium is quite difficult, but if you put a piece of soap on the aluminium and then heat it up until the soap goes brown, that's almost the exact temperature that you need to anneal it.
Yeah, people have been stolen 4 times. So no, really? Yeah. So now we have.
It's now the next day. It's now the next day. I've been at it a couple of hours. You can see. Let's try and get some decent light on that. You can see that the end there is now in position. 6 meters away, nothing. So what we did, I'll show you how we did this. I'm sorry about the jerky camera, I've not got the stabiliser on. So I cut 65mm of tube as straight as I could. It was really difficult. I haven't got a pipe cutter here or a chop saw to cut it square, so I had to do it all by hand, mark it all out, put a tie wrap round, get the tie wrap even, and then mark it and then cut it with a hacksaw. And then I took this and slid it over there, and you can see that that was slightly, so you can see that was slightly inaccurate. I had to file it down. It's only less than a millimetre less. Oh, now the radio's going off. You can see that just didn't quite fit. See that there? Didn't quite fit. So there's exactly 1mm clearance on the radius on that inner plastic. So I then cut some 1mm shims out of this aluminium. That's what's left over. At first I tried curving a piece in there, but it was just too thick, so I cut a piece radius. I formed it on a pole, this pole here. Didn't quite work, so now I've had to shim it out all the way around, file all the shims to the right size, and eventually get that in position so that it is now ready for drilling and riveting. I've marked that up, marked it the other side, and I'm now going to drill and rivet that with some stainless rivets, and that's this end complete. I didn't get a chance to film it, but basically holes drilled, that's all marked up properly, and got all the joint absolutely perfect there. 1/2 mil, that's for a little bit of expansion. So that will work, and the other side's now done like so. Just get some spirits and wipe those black marks off, and that will be the job done this end. And then it's a case of rinse and repeat. It's now 42 degrees out here in the sun, so it's getting a bit warm. I'm going to have an ice cold Fanta, I think, with some ice, and sit in the shade for 5 minutes, because even the tools are getting so hot when you pick them up they burn in your fingers. I haven't got my big sunshade, but there you go, the joys of living near the equator, I guess, or 1500, 1800 miles nearer than I used to.
Have you got any thoughts of the name of the cockerel? If you got a thought about it, text in at 88 to 91. Let's name the cockerel this morning, shall we? Let's do that. This program gets more
hot. Oh, it's hot. Hot, hot, hot. So, end scribed, filed, tapered, top marked for the piece to go in, shims cut, all ready to go in. I've just got to put the shims in the right position, tap it home, and then drill and put the rivets in with the big lazy tongs down there. I've had to come in out of the sunshine because it's so hot that God, look at that, the thinness is evaporated. Some acetone, just going to take the marks off like that. And then I've actually got some YouTube stickers and that to put on. I had these left over from our man in Tunisia who did us some samples, and these were the wrong size. So that's a YouTube logo, and these like that or like that?
Yeah.
What, YouTube afterwards?
Yeah.
Perhaps we could call it, rather than call it a whisker pole, we could call it a YouTube.
Yes, okay dear.
Yes. I am on drugs, you know. It's allowed. Look at that. That sounds like
Teasy.
Teasy.
Arriving. Right.
Right. Been really busy this morning.
Willie grabbed the plastic bag.
Willie grabbed the plastic bag.
You can see it. What did that guy ask you?
About the electric. He asked me if the electric was on. Here he comes. Teasy. Last time we saw them was
May 2000. May 2000 when we left for Tunisia.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we waved them goodbye when we went to Tunisia. Wow.
They stood on the end of the brake water like we're doing.
Yeah. That is a cracking boat. Oh, it's got it's proper boat shape, isn't it? And it's a proper boat colour. There's Linda waving away.
Yeah.
First time we've both been dogless as well.
No.
That's come up alright. Might stick one the other side as well. So move those black marks on there, and then that's it. Job's done. So, talking of job done, these end caps were 80 something UK pounds. The 6 meters of that tube was 42 or 47 euros, can't remember, I'll have to look it up. The same size pole from one of the reputable manufacturers was £500, and an adjustable one from someone else, slightly less guts to it, was £390. So I'll put some maths on the screen, and you'll see we've saved ourselves a few quid, and we've got a pucker job. So let's lay some lines in there. I am now going to have another cold drink and sit in front of the aircon. But there we go, job done. Like, subscribe, save yourself some money by watching us. I love this bit of footage from back in Licata, and this piece of music, Modern Blues, well, one of my favourites too. But you know, these videos don't just make themselves. We spend a lot of time, we make a lot of effort to bring you information and cost saving ideas and a bit of entertainment. All the music that you hear on both our channels, so that's SV Impavidus and Your Drone TV, has to be paid for. Yep, we have to pay for the rights to play other people's music. The type of cameras we use work out about £500–600 each, and generally we use one of those a year. They give up the ghost because the salt atmosphere destroys them. And then there's the sound. A good microphone, £400–500, and we're just about to upgrade our microphones again this year, as the ones we've got, as you've seen in this video, are starting to show signs of wear. Now we appreciate it's tough times. God knows it's been tough for us the last 18 months. But you could just help us out a little bit by hitting the like button, sharing with your friends, subscribing, or buying us a one-time beer. It all helps. If you really like our videos, think about joining the Patreon crew. There's lots of extras they get, including being able to contact us at any time or knowing exactly where we are at any given time. It's all over on Patreon. Go take a look. Meanwhile guys, all the links are on the screen now, but you can also find them in the description or on our website svimpavidus.com. Sail safe from Sid and I on board SV Impavidus.